What's going on, Ocean County, New Jersey? So, how do we find the right realtor? And today is going to be how do we find the right realtor to sell my home? Okay? And so, what are some ways that I can find the right agent to help me sell my house? Initially, the short answer would be let's do some due diligence on that person. So, let's look up their name on Zillow, on Trulia, on Realtor.com, and or on Redfin. Let's see if they've got testimonials, okay, from happy clients, right, who are willing to put their name, their stamp of approval on Ruben, saying, "Hey, this person helped me. Ruben helped me sell my home, and I had a great experience. He knows what he's doing. I recommend him." Okay, if someone's willing to say that on their house, that they have either been living there for 20, 30 years, or an investor who's looking to flip it in the shortest amount of time for the most amount of money, that's most likely the person who you want to consider at the very least working with, okay? And so initially, we're going to look at testimonials, reviews. We're going to look at transactions, right? Because if they're doing it full time, then they should be helping people buy and sell real estate on a consistent basis, okay? And so we want to see the amount of sales in the last 12 months. Maybe even as far back as how many sales have you done since you've had your license, okay? And then average that out. If you've had your license for 3 years and you've got 75 sales, well, then you're averaging 25 homes a year, and you're helping people buy or sell homes, 2 times a month, every other week, okay? And so, okay, now this person is full-time. And I guess to give you a barometer, so the average agent sells one home a year, okay? And the average agent, which is usually 80% of the industry, right, is usually out. First time getting their license, within the first year, 80% of them are gone, okay? And so you want to make sure you're with someone who's been in the industry, but is also consistently selling houses. Okay, let's see if they've got a social media presence, right? Today, people are shopping online, so they're looking to see who other people are talking about on social media, like Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on even Twitter. Okay, but predominantly a lot of people are Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Okay, and so you've got even Snapchat, right? And so you've got all of these channels to see if that agent is active on, right? And so the more active they are in these platforms, the more exposure, in theory, you should be getting, so long as they're using those mediums to draw attention to their real estate business, okay? And so, whereas, you've got your house, right? One house in all of Ocean County, right? And how is your house going to be found as that needle in the haystack? How is it going to shine in the amount of houses? Now, nationally, we've got pretty low inventory, so today may be a little bit easier to find that house. But during the summer months, where most of the competition is, we want to make sure your house is being showcased more than the average person. So how do we get my house to be the top 5 in my zip code, in my area, right? And so, you want to make sure your agent knows how to do this for you. So we want to make sure we're getting the most amount of eyeballs. We want to make sure that we're getting the most amount of traffic, but we also want to make sure initially we've got at least the right agent that we feel is confident, based off of their successful track record, can do this for us, right? So that'll be the initial step for you as the consumer, to do your own initial due diligence. The next thing is, hey Ruben, what are you going to do to market and advertise my home? Okay, I've talked to XYZ over there, and they told me that their realtor just put the house on the MLS, and then they didn't hear from them ever again. That's scary. So you want to make sure that realtor's got a game plan, okay? Whether that be, hey, I'm going to call you every Tuesday. We're going to have a discussion. What's the feedback about the house, right? What's the activity on the house? What have I done so far this week for you? And where's the market going this week or this month, or every 30 days, 60 days, giving you some type of notification. And so we want to make sure, hey, the average days on market right now is 62 days. If my house hasn't had an offer within the first 30 days, maybe we want to consider changing the price. After that 62 days have gone and we haven't got under contract, what's wrong here? Average days on market 62 days. Where's the market headed? What do you Ruben, what's going on here? And so you want to make sure that the agent that you're working with is full time, knows the marketplace they're working in, and now can successfully navigate you. Hey, you know what, Mr. Seller, the market shifted. We've been hit with a ton of inventory, and that ton of inventory now has a lot more of aggressive pricing, and the product out there being the homes for sale that are comparable to yours, well, they're offering updated granite, updated bathrooms. We've got Formica countertops. We've got outdated bathrooms. So which house do you think they're going to go to first? So we're going to have to probably talk pricing strategy now to incentivize the marketplace to come to us first. And so you want to make sure someone's in it 24/7, okay? And it doesn't have to be a literal 24/7, but they are full-time, okay? So marketing advertising game plan, and then we can go on a whole video just about that. We can go on a whole video about what I guess the average realtor does versus what the rockstar realtor does. So if there's anything that you, being the seller, really wants to know, because you're out there and you want to be able to pick the right agent, but there are so many agents calling you, so how do we weed out the herd? Well, feel free, ask anything that you'd like, real estate related. And so thinking about anything real estate related, feel free. If you've got a suggestion for the next video, feel free to comment and let me know what you're looking for answers on. But initially, to kind of reiterate this video and not make it long-winded, for you as a seller, you can go to Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, Realtor.com. You can find that agent, and then you can check their successful track record, if there is one, and say, okay, this person's full-time. They're clearly selling houses. They're clearly helping people buy and sell homes in the neighborhood. Now you can double-check that track record with testimonials. Okay, well, you know what? They've got about 20 reviews, and everyone seems to speak pretty highly about this person. It's probably someone I want to give the time of day to and have that consultation about how they can successfully sell my house. Okay, and then you can even go a little bit further if you'd like. Check their online presence, their social media presence, and see if they've got exposure to the social media marketplace. Okay, do they have a big following? Are they interacting via real estate? Are they do they have a big following, but is it just their personal life? Do they have their real estate business intertwined into the social media following, where now their circle of influence, their following is going to be able to say, hey, listen, Ruben just put out a new listing, go check it out. You may like that. And so now, you've got more eyeballs to your house. The more eyeballs, the more foot traffic to your house means dollars in your pocket. So till the next video, feel free. Ruben here over at Greater Coastal Realty. I'm located in Beach Haven West, okay? But I've got a range as far south as Little Lake Harbor and as far north as Toms River. And so if you've got anyone thinking about buying or selling real estate in this area, if you yourself, feel free to reach out. My contact will be provided, and I will see you on the next video. Stay tuned.